welcome back to SnowRunner. So I have a little bit of a confession to make. I've been just playing this without recording because I've kind of realized that the past couple episodes have been me being very frustrated, and I don't think that really correlates well to a good video. So with that being said, I completed all of the tasks for every map. So I have every task completed everywhere. And I completed all the contests as well. Now obviously the only thing I forgot to get was the final upgrade on Northern Aegis installation. So whenever we go over there, we'll make sure we pick that up. I know whereabouts where it is. So anyway, but I just figured if I get all the tasks done, have the maps all opened up, all the bridges are crossable, all the roads are, I can get through everywhere. There's no blockades. There's nothing. It should make contracts go a little simpler. So, it may not, but it's still gonna suck, basically. But we're just gonna do it. So anyway, first thing we're gonna do is this electric atmosphere. So we still have some beams left over at this warehouse. We're gonna go grab those. Unfortunately, we can't do this all in one go. Because the oversized cargo is obviously really big. But I am going to use a 4-slot sideboard trailer here. Because this will allow me to get all 3 metal beams in one go. So let's get going. I'm also not playing with my wheel right now. It's a real pain to drag my wheel all the way up from the basement and set it all up to just record SnowRunner for an hour or two. So I love playing with my wheel, but it's a real pain to set up every time to do it. So if I'm not playing with my wheel, I'll mention it, but obviously you'll be able to tell too, because you'll see all the buttons on my screen are controller buttons instead of my wheels buttons. But either way, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really change the way I play the game by any means. It's just obviously it's easier to shift and things with the wheel, but anyway, it's not bad. And I've been playing with a controller a lot recently anyways, just because during the day when I play with the controller, that's how it works out. But whenever we move on to the next map, because this is really like the hardest, I mean, that's, I guess, a subjective opinion. But I think generally most people consider Amur to be the hardest out of all of the regions. So the next region, which I believe is Dawn, which I don't know, I haven't heard the best things about Dawn, but I will, record everything on that one unless things start to get frustrating, and then I'll do the same thing. I'll just clear tasks, because tasks are really just like menial, fetch quests almost, and like clearing out roads and making things accessible, getting all the watchtowers, all the upgrades, that kind of stuff. Contracts is like the real meat of the region, so in my mind it makes sense to do it that way if I'm struggling and getting frustrated. So, and I am still using my modded Zeeks. I just really like this truck, and I don't really feel bad about using it. I usually, anyway, even if I played with vanilla trucks, I would basically find a truck I liked, and I pretty much stuck with it. I didn't really, like when I played the base game, once I got the Tega, I pretty much didn't use anything else. I only used the Tega, so, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm not one of those people that have huge fleets of trucks and like set them all up and take screenshots. Like I don't have time for that. Like I just like to play this game. I think it's fun. I like to have a truck I like, and I use it. So I'll buy 2, so I have 2 of the same truck, and just like my thumbnail for this series is 2 of the same exact trucks. Basically they just have different paint colors, and they're winched together, and I'm just like, it was a huge train. It was hilarious. One truck had a 6-slot semi-trailer sideboard bed, and the other one had this setup basically, but it was the 6-slot instead of the 4-slot, and I carted that from here. Was it from here? No, it was across the Cherno map to the... I'm stuck on this ice. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I'm muted at least. It was from... What the hell? I can't think of the names of the maps. It was from, I don't know, Cosmodrome to the Cherno map. I did that train, and I took that thumbnail image. That is my thumbnail for the series. So, yeah, I don't know. I just like this truck, and I do have the vanilla Tatra that I got because, you know, I have the DLC. So I might try using that truck in the next map. We'll see. Oh, I only have 2. Oh no. Crap. Alright, change of plan. I'm going to make a cut right here. I'm going to run and get a whole bunch of metal beams over here because I'm going to need them. So, yeah. I will... Alright, so, you know, I always say that path's not so bad, and then I just have the worst moment of my life getting stuck in it. Jesus, I don't know. Like, it took me quite a bit to get out of that, but we pulled it off. I don't know if we're going to go back that way, but we might. It is easier to go down than up, I believe. Okay, let's just hit this repair real quick, because why not? No. Yeah, see, it's just... Oh, crap. This is why I have a crane. This is also why I have a modded Zix. I don't know how to say this word. I know you can't do this on the regular one though. You can't have a crane and a flatbed. Which is why I like the mod. Hopefully that's on enough. Yes, it was. Okay. Now, we have 2 options. We could go down that way, or we could go back the way we came. And I think we're just going to go back the way we came. We should be able to make it. I usually skip the daytime, but we'll keep the time rolling, you know, because why? Oh my god. It's so bad. Like, why is it such a tiny opening here? Okay, so we just made our own metal beams because we only had 2 left in the other warehouse, and I could have taken those 2, yes, but like it didn't make sense if I was gonna have to come up here anyway to just take those 2. Like, I might as well just make my own beams and then go back instead of having to pick those up, cart them all the way up, just make the ones out of beams and then go back down. Oh my god, I'm already getting stuck. Not that way. Man, that sucks. Definitely not doing that again. I'm not going up that way because that's just horrible. With this long of a trailer, it's like impossible. I just hate how slow moving things are on this map. It's like the most frustrating thing. This map and the Northern Aegis map are just awful. All of the paths, you just move so slow. And like Cosmodrome and the Cherno map, they're so much nicer. There's like very little slow moving areas. They're much easier like to get around. This one's just horrible. If you wonder why I jumped to first person for this, because when you auto winch in first person, it actually picks the thing right in front of you, whereas if you auto winch when you're not in first person, it does not do that. So I like to just do that because it makes it easier to grab what I'm looking for. It's like when you do that, like why would it grab that? Like why would it not grab one of these right in front of me? Auto winch is just dumb. And I always hate how it grabs things that are just going to immediately break. Like that's another really dumb thing that it does. It grabs a little twig. It just immediately breaks. Let's have one more slightly difficult part coming up, which is this ice part. Which is never fun. Oh my god, come on, game. I swear, like the slow moving paths on this is just, it just makes you want to scream. Why did it spin me around? Oh my god, what is happening? Out of that. Man, this is just it's insane. Oh boy. So if I cut that out, I cut it out, but we made our way back down from getting our metal beams. So we had to end up crafting them. I got stuck going up, got stuck coming down, got spun around on the ice, had to detach and reattach my trailer. It was a whole fiasco. So really hoping that's not how things are going to go the rest of the episode, because oh my god, it's just frustrating as all hell. Like, it's just like, whenever I'm not recording, I feel like things go almost perfectly. Like, I really didn't struggle a whole lot in clearing out all these tasks. As soon as I start recording again, I just, like, everything bad happens. It's just crazy. The road is right here. So So I need to go back up this road because the power plant is right there. I think I have to go to another area to get the oversized cargo, which sucks a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but I might actually pull out my twin steer to get this oversized cargo. I don't know if I actually have one set up on this save though. My other save file, I have a twin steer. It's modded, so. But twin steer is a good truck in general. Typically, mods just make it a little better. Like the one I have, the rear axles steer a little bit as well, so it helps with maneuverability. I can do a couple other things. I can have a whole, on like the main bed of the truck, I can have long logs. So I could do like 2 loads of long logs at once with a long log trailer, and then, which I also have a mod for, and then I have the long logs on the bed of the twin steer. So it just makes logging much easier. I don't know why that path is so crappy. Alright, let's get this dropped off up here and then find out where we get oversized cargo, and I will probably get my twin steer out. I'm pretty sure we have to go. It looks like we have to go to Cosmodrome to get it, because that icon's on the map. Usually you don't have a gateway icon unless you have to go somewhere for it. Could be wrong on that, but I feel like you don't usually see the gateway icons unless you have to go through the gateways. Man, you can really tell the weight whenever, because I don't usually have trouble getting up these hills, but like I mean, I know there's ice obviously, but like usually I just can make it up the hill, but the ice really takes over so much quicker with this weight. It's like for something that's so simple as it should have been. I used a lot of those iron beams. Why do you keep calling them iron beams? I used a lot of those metal beams for tasks. Because there were so many bridges and stuff that needed to be repaired. Okay. So the oversized cargo. On here. Electric atmosphere. Oversized cargo, yeah. We definitely have to go to Cosmodrome for that. So let's just pull our truck forward here. It's Parker. And let's jump back to the garage. Alright. So let's go grab this oversized cargo from wherever it is. Shouldn't have any trouble with this truck. It's pretty powerful. As you can see. As long as we don't flip it. It does flip pretty easily. I don't know if it's how it's going to do going across this ice either. Basically just got to follow this road. Man, getting these logs here for this task, that was horrible. I tried it like 3 times, I think, because I kept tipping my logs, and I was using it was short logs, I believe I needed. And I have a trailer that can hold 3 loads of short logs. So I tried to do that, and it tipped. And whenever it tipped, it unpacked, and it only let me pack back 1 set because, like, it was just 1 log in each, like, compartment of the trailer. So, like, I only had 3 logs on the trailer. So when it repacked, it only repacked 1 set. So I had to scrap that. So then I ended up putting a small log bunk on my truck bed, and then using a double small log trailer, and that ended up working. But it was a pain. I had to do it a couple times, and the only place to get the logs was on Lake Erska. I mean, I guess I could have gone to the Cherno map, but like I hadn't gone there yet, so I didn't have any of the map uncovered or any of the bridges fixed. So my best bet was getting it from Lake Erska, or Erska Lake, whatever it is. So it was just, and where the log station is there just sucks. It's so far away, and it's just not easy to get to. So, but I managed it. A lot of the other stuff on this map was pretty easy though. Once you open up this map and the Cherno map, they're really easy to clear off because it's just easy to get around. There's not a whole lot of obstacles in your way. There's not a whole lot of ice even. Most of the roads are snow covered like this, so you don't really have to worry about the ice. When you have the big old cheaty tires like this though, it's super easy. This is a good truck for this though, in my opinion. Because this is just the big 4-slot cargo container, and it's nice to just be able to throw it on a big truck like this, where it has rear axle steering. I don't have a trailer that I have to worry about behind me. I don't know, I like the twin steer. Especially modded ones that have the rear axle steering. I mean, the twin steer should have rear axle steering on the vanilla version, but it just doesn't. I don't know if the truck in real life does. It probably doesn't. It's probably why the vanilla one does not have it, but I don't know, like, it's just so much nicer having it. For a truck that has a bed as long as this, like, it almost has to have rear axle steering on it. There's no way you couldn't. I feel like if it didn't, if the real life version doesn't have it, oh, what am I doing? No. I do this all the time here. If the real life version doesn't have it, those rear tires on that would get so worn out so quick from like the turning, and they would basically be like dragging on the ground. Unnecessary wear for them. There's a couple places here where we'll probably slow down some, but we might not because we don't have a load at all, so we're pretty light as far as our weight goes. Once we get this cargo container on there, though, we're not going to be as light, that's for sure. I feel like I can't be the only one though that doesn't like the exhaust like this. This truck doesn't bother me because clearly whoever modded this truck modded the exhaust to not be as offensive. But like, I just hate it when, like, I mean, I also have my FOV way zoomed out, but like if you're like this and you have these, like, you know, these exhaust stacks, it shoots out this like plume of smoke and like you can't see anything. It just drives me nuts. That's why, like, I prefer the exhaust that just shoots out below the truck. That's like my favorite, but this truck doesn't have that as an option, so I have to do just the normal stacks, but it doesn't bother me on this truck like it does on other trucks. I hate that. Luckily, whoops. Luckily there's a limit to these, so I hate leaving cargo around. It bothers me. I always delete it. Didn't mean to delete it off my truck. That was an accident. But. So now this is basically a semi-trailer with a rigid body. It's as long as a semi-trailer, but it doesn't have a pivot point, which is interesting. It's interesting for sure. So we should be able to get back without a hitch here, and then we'll see what else we have going on. Hopefully I can get more than 2 contracts done in an episode, though. That's going to be pretty bad if I can't. I feel like it won't be as bad once I get to the point where I don't have to rely on Urska Lake's stuff as much. I feel like I have to rely on materials from there. I don't know, maybe I will always have to, I'm not sure. I swear on, what was it, the Cherno map where you can craft items too. In order to craft the metal beams there, you have to have medium or small pipes or something as well as the metal rolls, which is crazy. Like, why? I don't know. I mean, maybe that's like the tax because it's probably easier to craft them there than it is at Urska Lake. I don't know, but like, why would they be different? It just didn't really make sense to me. That's why, like, I just went and took them from Urska Lake when I needed metal beams, because crafting them, that just seems like stupid expensive. No. Oh my god. Why did I tip? I don't have a crane, so like, I don't really have a choice. Ugh. Alright, and we're back. Almost tipped again. Jesus. So, yeah, I just went back and got another one because I wasn't... I mean, I could bring a crane truck out here, but it wouldn't have saved me any time rather than just going back and picking up another one. So, it's not like it's an instance where it's, you know, a limited amount of cargo. I can pick up as many of these as I want, delete as many of them as I want, so... Some people may disagree with me on that, but I'm not playing hard mode, so I don't really care. And this is my game, not yours, so... That's kind of how I feel about it. But yeah, I was just... pretty frustrated that I tipped over, for sure. That was really dumb. I tried the winch and it just didn't give me the right winch point, and I tipped over. And of course, when you tip over with this, it's gonna fall out. Like, there's no chance it stays in. Sideboards don't help you here. Dangerous. I don't really know how I'm going to get back to the power plant. I guess I'm going to have to go down the river always. Also, I know I keep saying Erska Lake and it's Erska River. It literally says it right there at the top of the screen. I just keep calling it Erska Lake. But I know I'm gonna have to go down the shore of like the river or the water, whatever it is, river, lake, pond, stream, I don't know, and then try to get back up on the road. There's no way I'm gonna be able to go back the way I came down to it. Not with this thing all tip. So might just have to be something to figure out when we get there. This is the other part that's going to be a little sketchy. Coming up right here, because this is a very, very tippy area. What is happening? Alright, that should pack. That truck can just stay there like that, I don't care. I'll fix it later. Alright. Got out of that one too. It may be the suspension, to be honest. Am I... Yeah, see, my suspension's even low. And I'm still tipping, so this truck's just tippy. I mean, that's just kind of how it is. It makes it pretty hard to do things like this, but... I was really hoping I could get another contract done, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Like... I mean, I know I'm going to... Saved that, Jesus. It's the freaking rocks on the side of the road that like kick you up on your side. Alright. I have plenty of gas. Although, I say that, I should stop and get some, but I'm just not worried about it. Alright, so... let's not flip. Swear to God, if I flip this truck again, I'm never using it again. Marker's annoying me. Alright, let's actually figure out where we're gonna go. So I'm definitely gonna come straight across. Then I'm gonna go down here for sure. Need all those. And well, no, that's not gonna work. Honestly, the best. I don't know how I'm gonna get back, because that's gonna be awful. The best thing to do is probably go this way and go around and then come up here. But that's, I mean, either way, it's gonna suck. I know I'm not gonna be able to go back the way I came down. I mean, I can try, but it's gonna want to tip. So that's how you usually come down, but I don't know, because isn't there... Yeah, see there's rock there. Pretty sure there's rock the whole way across. Yeah, there's no way. I'm gonna have to go. I just like, I'm afraid I'm gonna tip at that one part though. It's so hard to get through that path there beside the garage. I mean, I can try, but I think that's the only way to go, but it's gonna be tippy. I don't really know how I'm gonna counteract that. No, at this point, I don't really know how long the episode's gonna even be, even when I cut stuff out, so we're just gonna have to roll with it and end it whenever I deliver this. And it's unfortunate that it was only one contract in this episode, but we're just gonna go around this way because trying to turn around or back up is just not worth it. So we will just loop around, go back. These rocks are just the worst. Been the most frustrating episode. I really didn't think it was going to be that bad, and it's just awful. I feel like there's no way I would have made it through here with the twin steer. It would have tipped so easy. I'm gonna rock this this trailer for sure. It's the least tippy out of them all, and yeah, I lose 2 slots because I could do the bed and then the sideboard 6 slot, but I don't know. We'll see. I might go back to that. Typically, I think this trailer is gonna work the best though. Like, look, had to grab it there. I need to get to the edge so that I can ride the edge. Since I don't have snow tires. Man, we are in the middle warehouse area of, well, not the middle warehouse, the easy warehouse to get to in Erska River. We are going to do this unlimited power, which means we have to get 2 metal beams all the way to Northern Aegis, which always sucks to get to, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to go up this way through this, and then we will cut down across here and go up through there. It's the easiest way, in my opinion. Anyway, but we're also taking some wooden planks, and we're going to drop them off here, because we might as well. And then we can also do this while we're there. Yeah, because it's inside there, so that's what we're gonna do. So let's get it. I already got everything loaded up. I'm anticipating this to go much better. So let's see what happens. If we can get these couple things done, I will call that an episode and be happy with it. Shouldn't really have to worry about flipping. I rarely flip this truck, and since I have a semi-trailer on here, it's even harder to flip, in my opinion. So we should be fine. We just got to make the long trek to where we're going, and then getting up to the monastery is going to be a little difficult, but it shouldn't be too bad. And getting these to this substation is going to be easy. It's basically just a straight shot there. And then once we drop off these things at the monastery, we'll just delete this trailer, because I don't care. I have almost $4 million just from 100%ing everything. So money from trailers just means nothing to me. So we'll just delete the trailer, and then we'll pick up the fuel tank, because it's right, I know where it is. It's literally right where you come in to Northern Aegis, and then deliver that to where it needs to go. And then since we'll be right there, we'll be able to pick up that next thing that we need to pick up. I think we'll be able to. If not, we'll at least be able to investigate what we do need to pick it up. But like the rocket stage or whatever. I like to try to work things out to where I don't have to make multiple trips. I know other people do that too, but it just makes the most sense. I'm stuck on a rock. But yeah, it just makes sense to do that, because otherwise you're making more trips than you need to. So like I was trying to find something else that I could take to Northern Aegis, and the only thing I could really find that I could fit on this trailer are these planks, so that's why we picked them up. But now both of those, this is all the metal beams we have and all the planks we have, so we're definitely gonna have to craft more, but we'll do that when it comes to it. We're just going to ping pong back and forth here because we need to get up this hill, and I don't have chains. So we kind of just got to hug the edge of the road and just work our way up. Typically how I do it. Because I have traction when I'm in the snow, not when I'm on the road. And this is where we build the rocket, I believe. Or the prep area or something. The freaking rocket launch thing is in Cosmodrome, I think, isn't it? I mean, that's where like the has like the blast hole and everything. Yeah, I think this is just a prep thing, because then the train takes it to Cosmodrome, maybe, I don't know. Although they can't get through there, so maybe it doesn't. I don't know. In my opinion, this is the best way to get to Northern Aegis, though, because you come down here, and then you go around the shore of the river, and then you go up through a little area that you can get through to get up to the road. Then it basically just leads you right to the gateway. The only other option is going around the other way on the road over there. That road's just, it's long, it's slow, and then you have to go through a little swampy section that's even slower. So I think this is the best way. I don't think you can go wrong going this way. The only thing you have to be careful with here is going down this hill. You do not want to start sliding and then lose control. So it's definitely good to shift in the low, maybe low plus, just so you get a little bit more speed. But once you get off here into the snow, you're usually pretty safe. So yeah, I actually just found out that you can like grind gears. I never knew that, but like if you like let it go in between, that grinds the gear. It's cool. Telling you what, driving a stick and grinding a gear, first time you ever do it, it's such like a shocking feeling. Like it almost makes you feel like you just got electrocuted, like with how like the stick vibrates in your hand. It's scary. I had a car that it had a really bad clutch in it. It was my second manual transmission car. The first one I had was a Honda Civic. It was a 1994 Honda Civic, and that car had like 250 plus thousand miles on it. Drove it to Florida to go to school. Drove it back home. And it ended up blowing up, but I loved that car. It was the car I learned to drive stick in. And then I had a Pontiac Sunfire, and that car was just awful. But it was a 5-speed, and it just had the worst clutch in it. But you'd have the clutch all the way pushed in, and you'd shift sometimes, and it would just grind the gear. It was awful. And then I had probably my favorite car of all time. Well, my favorite car that I had at the time was a little Volkswagen Golf. GTIs are like my favorite car. I love them so much. It was not a GTI. It was just a Golf. Base model Golf. Manual everything. Manual, like crank windows. Like literally manual everything. But I loved that car. Oh god, I hate hate getting, this is such a pain here trying to get up this part. And like, I can't go this way, watch. This is like the world's biggest mud pit right here. You like cannot get through it. See? I don't know what to do. I've never had this problem before. Can I like winch myself this way and get over there or something? I don't know. Maybe find somewhere that will let me through. Trying to go through things like that is dangerous too. Those little things you'll get stuck on, just totally screwed. Seriously, I've never had an issue like that before. Like, that was crazy. Alright, well at least I know I can get through there. Jesus Christ, I'm like out of gas. So yeah, so anyway, favorite car of all time, Volkswagen Golf, for sure. Obviously GTI and the R are my favorites out of them all, but I still love Golfs. It was my favorite car. It was a 2002, so it was a Mark IV. Such a good car. Until it wasn't. It started, it was burning oil, pretty much burned oil ever since I had bought it, and then it was just, it needed to go. That's really all there is to say about it. It was also a two-door, and we had already had our first son at the time, and it was really hard getting him in his car seat in the back and all that stuff, so couldn't imagine doing that with two kids. That would be horrendous. I always tell myself that someday I will own a Golf R, or at the very least a GTI. It's like, it's one of my goals for sure. GTIs aren't even overly expensive. I just have no reason to get one right now because my Passat is a perfectly good car. Especially with the two kids, it's definite dad mobile. See, there's the thing. I'm pretty sure it's that one. Could be wrong on that. It might not be. Okay, so this just needs to be driven all the way down here. Why is this not pivoting? Something's going on here. What is going on with this trailer? Is that what my problem is? Does this trailer just not work with this truck? What is happening? I've never had this issue before. Like, look, I can't turn. What the hell is happening? I mean, I kind of did that to myself. Yeah, it's like, look at it. What the... I, like, can't get out of it. It's glitched. Alright, well, we made it back with our sideboard bed and our 4-slot sideboard trailer. I just think this is going to work better. I don't know what happened. I've never had that happen before. There are 2 low saddles, and it does say in one of them that there's compatibility issues with some trailers, and that if you have issues to use the other saddle, and I don't know if I used the wrong saddle or what. I've never had that happen before, though, with those trailers. So I don't know what happened. That was the weirdest thing. I've never seen that before. I did tow a truck about halfway to here. It's just another Zeke's truck with a low saddle on it so that we can do that other thing leaving here, but it is what it is. I mean, I'm just gonna have to pick all this stuff up that's out here in the water, put it back in my trailer. It'll be a bit of a pain, but once we do that, we're just gonna call this episode, and the next episode hopefully goes smoother. I always jinx myself. I literally said to, like, hopefully, you know, this goes well, blah blah blah, and it did not go well. I really want this to be here, but I can't get it anywhere else. I mean, I probably could. I need to get I lost a wooden plank. Oops, sorry. Alright, well, at least I can go deliver these spindle beams. I mean, I don't know what happened to the other plank. I should have had 2 planks and there was only 1 there. I don't know if it like glitched out when I deleted the trailer or what. They were all there whenever I did that, so I don't know. But let's just deliver these planks and our planks, metal beams, and then it's just what it's gonna have to be. Like, I don't even know what to do with this now because I only have 1. It's like it's kind of pointless. Alright, well, anyway, I'm gonna have to end the episode here. We'll pick right back up in the next episode in this truck, and we will cart that fuel trailer where it needs to go. So, like I said, it was frustrating. I don't really know how to make this go better. I thought it was going to go better, but it's not going better. So, hopefully you'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.